The 2026 NASCAR Cup Series season has already delivered plenty of drama, but nothing has lit up the racing world like what happened on March 29th at Martinsville Speedway. Bubba Wallace, one of the most watched drivers in the sport, made a move that has everyone talking, and almost no one is buying his side of the story. What started as a normal restart on a short track turned into a massive wreck, ruined cars, lost points, and a firestorm of opinions from legends, teammates, and fans alike. Let's set the scene. Martinsville is one of those old-school tracks where every inch matters. It's tight, it's tough, and drivers' tempers can flare up fast. The race was the Cookout 400. Young Carson Hocevar, just 23 years old and driving the number 77 Chevrolet for Spire Motorsports, was having the kind of day every racer dreams about. He started in 7th place and stayed strong in the top 15 most of the afternoon. His car was handling beautifully, his team was pumped, and he looked like he might even sneak into a top 10 finish. Bubba Wallace, meanwhile, rolled into Martinsville, sitting 3rd in the championship standings. His number 23 Toyota for 2311 Racing had been flying in practice the day before. He was the fastest car in the final session. Everyone expected him to challenge for the win. But when the green flag dropped on Sunday, the speed just wasn't there. Wallace found himself stuck back in 17th place, watching the leaders pull away. You could almost feel the frustration building inside the cockpit. Then came the moment that flipped the whole race upside down. With about 77 laps to go, the field lined up for a restart. Hocevar, known for being bold and fearless, saw an opening. He dove to the inside and went 3 wide into turn 1, sliding cleanly past Wallace. It was a hard move, sure, but it was completely legal. No rules broken. Wallace didn't like it one bit. On the very next lap 324, Wallace decided to answer. Heading into turn 3, he drove his Toyota straight into the back of Hocevar's Chevy. The first hit didn't spin him, so Wallace hit him again and again. He kept pushing, refusing to back off. Coming out of turn 4, Hocevar's car finally spun around right in front of the pack. Chaos exploded. 12 cars piled in, including big names like Austin Dillon, Daniel Suarez, Chris Buescher, Austin Hill, Zane Smith, Eric Jones, Connor Zilisch, John Hunter Nemechek, Michael McDowell, and even Wallace's own teammate Riley Herbst. The front stretch looked like a parking lot of wrecked race cars. Wallace's own car was torn up beyond repair. He finished dead last in 36th place and had to visit the infield care center. Hocevar's team, though, kept their car running. He stayed on the lead lap, battled back through traffic, and still brought it home in 17th. Not bad for a car that had just been slammed from behind. Right after the wreck, the radio chatter from Hocevar's side told the real story. "I just try not to run over him," Hocevar said, clearly upset. "Got destroyed. That's frustrating." His crew chief didn't hold back either. "You caught him sleeping. He left it open, and he just ran over you." He lost his mind. When Wallace stepped out of his car and faced Fox Sports reporter Jamie Little, he had a different explanation. "I misjudged," he said. "I didn't appreciate the 3 wide into turn 1, fine, but I misjudged the center of the corner and didn't mean to turn him." What a frustrating day, man. Just wasn't the day we wanted. I hate it for our team. Almost nobody outside Wallace's circle believed that story. The experts wasted no time weighing in. On the Inside the Race show, NBC analyst Steve Letarte broke down the replay with Kyle Petty. Letarte was blunt. Wallace meant to hit him. He wanted Hocevar off the bottom and didn't care what happened next. He didn't need to wreck him to prove his point, Letarte said. But it was one of those, "I'm going to hit you hard enough to move you. And if you wreck, that's just collateral damage of my frustration." Kyle Petty, who has seen plenty of short track battles in his own career, nodded in agreement. Even during the live broadcast, Fox's Clint Bowyer called it out in real time while the replays rolled. Yeah, he was mad. There's more to that story. Kevin Harvick, never one to shy away from straight talk, discussed it on his Happy Hour podcast. Bubba got riled up because Carson put him 3 wide on a restart and put him in a bad spot. Harvick said, "Bubba didn't like that. But it's Martinsville, and I've lost my temper there plenty of times myself. Still, it's tough when you crash a guy like that, end up in the wreck yourself, and take out so many other cars." The criticism kept coming. Former IndyCar star Marco Andretti posted just 2 words on social media: poor anger management. Even 7-time champion Richard Petty, one of the most respected voices in NASCAR history, didn't hold back on his podcast. He just drove on in there and knocked the door out of him. Petty said simply. Perhaps the most surprising words came from inside Wallace's own team. His longtime spotter, Freddie Kraft, joined the Door Bumper Clear podcast and was brutally honest. "There's not really any sugarcoating about it," Kraft said. "I've got to take Bubba for his word. He said he misjudged. If he misjudged, it was a really bad misjudgment, and it hurts." He added that Hocevar did nothing wrong by making a clean 3-wide pass. Then Kraft dropped the hammer. "If you want to be a contender for the championship, or even top 5, top 7, top 8 in points, that stuff can't happen. Unfortunately, we ended our day yesterday self-inflicted." He admitted he believes Wallace meant to get into Hocevar, just not to wreck himself and half the field in the process. "It's inexcusable," Kraft said. Denny Hamlin, who co-owns 23XI Racing with Michael Jordan, talked about it on his Actions Detrimental podcast. "I made of it that Bubba wrecked himself trying to knock Carson out of the way," Hamlin said. "He just didn't let up, kept driving in there, and eventually it caused him to wreck himself and others." Hamlin called Hocevar's restart move aggressive, but refused to excuse Wallace's response. The points damage was brutal. Wallace dropped from 3rd in the standings all the way to 11th. He earned just 1 measly point for that last-place finish. Dale Earnhardt Jr. pointed out that Wallace had just handed roughly 60 to 70 points to his teammate Tyler Reddick, who's been winning races left and right. "It's a great example of why this new point system is going to be so much fun," Earnhardt Jr. said. "Because if your driver burns out a fuse or short circuits in a moment like that, this is what it can lead to." This wasn't the first time Wallace's emotions have gotten the best of him. Back in 2022, NASCAR suspended him for an entire race after he deliberately spun Kyle Larson at Las Vegas. In 2024, he was fined $50,000 for slamming into Alex Bowman on the cool-down lap in Chicago. The pattern is hard to ignore. Yet NASCAR handed down no penalty this time. No fine, no points deduction, nothing. That decision only poured more gas on the fire among fans who feel Wallace got off easy once again. Now the spotlight shifts to Bristol Motor Speedway this weekend, April 12th. Another short track. Another place where emotions run high and close-quarters racing can turn ugly in a heartbeat. Hocevar has already shown he won't back down from his aggressive style. Wallace, on the other hand, has some serious thinking to do. He needs to find a way to get his season back on track without letting frustration take the wheel again. With the new chase format making every single point count more than ever, one more mistake like Martinsville could slam the door on Wallace's championship dreams for good. The racing world will be watching closely. Will Bubba learn from this, or will history repeat itself on another short track? Only time and the next green flag will tell. But one thing is certain. This season just got a whole lot more interesting.